Welcome to the Know Yourself channel, where making astrology known and understandable is the #1 priority. I'm the Scottish astrologer, and in this video I talk about the genes linked with astrology and how astrology can help parents guide their children to reach their true and greatest potential. Now, most of you watching will be fairly familiar with the power of astrology and all it can be used for, but nevertheless I need to share this information for people new to astrology, and as I believe one of the best reasons for learning astrology is to help your children flourish by knowing everything about them from birth, their strengths, their weaknesses, their skills, talents, the way in which is best for them to learn. Now, this is extremely important because I see too often on older people's charts a lot of untapped and wasted potential in the form of unutilized talents and skills, etc., that they might have knew they had, but were never encouraged to fully develop and use for the betterment of themselves and the community as a whole. And I am honestly sick of thinking, I wish this was the chart of a child so I could have encouraged these talents or skills, because most of the time it is too late, and it's sad, as the people are much older. Now, I do believe that God or the universe never lets a good skill or talent or characteristic, shall we say, go to waste. And if a person never gets to fully develop their skill or talent and it sits dormant or is just good enough to recycle, somebody did get to use and develop the talent but it's good enough to recycle over again, I believe it is passed on genetically, okay, for another chance for it to flourish. Now, the talent passed on will also be detectable on the natal charts of both people if you have access to them, as it usually skips a generation or two. Now, you will see a repeat configuration, okay, on the charts of the person who passed it on, as it was never utilised by them or was great enough to recycle, and you will also see a repeat configuration on the chart of the descendant who received it in their genetic makeup and has access to using it through the familiar planetary configuration or configurations at the moment of their birth. So if a talent has been inherited, okay, and say 2 generations prior, say your great-great-grandfather, whatever, had a certain talent or skill or characteristic, and then it's skipped a generation or two, and you then have this skill or talent that was just like your great-great-grandfather's. Okay, if you look at both natal charts, okay, of you or the person who received it and the person who they received it from, you will see a repeat configuration. Let's just say if the talent came through, say, Mars being in Aries and being aspected by, say, Jupiter or something, then you would see that same thing repeat on both persons' charts. Okay, so this is a link here with genes and astrology, in my opinion. This is truly how I see astrology and genes working hand in hand together, as there is great debate about astrology not being true as everything's passed on genetically. Well, I believe things are passed on genetically, and I believe in astrology wholeheartedly also. I believe they work hand in hand, like I explained. Everything's passed on genetically. There's a lot of stuff stored in human genes, but we don't have access to it all. Why is that? And it's because of astrology, what the planetary configurations allow us access to or not, okay? Now, you have all the knowledge and skills of your ancestors in your genes, and again, but we only have access to a limited amount of it, okay? So you get access to whatever the heavens allows you access to. And this is readable through a natal chart, like I mentioned. Now, genes can, as we know, hold bad qualities or flaws that are also accessed in the exact same way and can also be seen on a natal chart in the same way I explained. Okay, so there is my view on genes and astrology. Now to the most important part, helping children reach their true potential through astrology. Now I highly encourage parents, okay, to either learn astrology themselves, that would be the best option, but it's not for everyone. And if they aren't able to, then please consult an astrologer, a good astrologer, to determine all the skills, talents, characteristics, etc. of their children, okay, from the earliest age possible, so they can truly help guide them, okay, to their true potentials. Truly important, okay. This is the most important time you can ever have a natal chart done, okay, is for a child, a parent for a child, I promise you. Because most of the youth these days are lost, okay, you can see it. They don't see a future for themselves, they don't feel like there is a plan for them, and they don't know what they are truly capable of. And astrology gives them all that, okay. But again, if their parents only knew where they should be, okay, as a young child, they could have helped them go in the right direction by putting them in the right places, okay, through childhood, by knowing astrology. For example, if you can see a child is highly naturally athletic through their chart, you know to put them in clubs that suit this, okay. But usually what I find is, in most cases, by the time someone realizes for themselves what their natural talent is, their true talent or their true calling, it is usually too late, okay? Not always, but usually, more so than not. Now, or it's usually too late to pursue it to the highest levels, okay, that they would have otherwise reached had they got into clubs, etc., that could help them flourish their talent from the earliest possible time and age, and it's a true shame and waste. Also, another real problem for children is that they all learn better in different ways. They need to be taught in different styles, okay, from other children to reach their true and best potential. But the school system has the same system for teaching all children, and this is at a true detriment to the child, and it's a true problem for them, as again, they all learn best in different ways and in different styles. And the way in which a child is best suited to learn is all on the natal chart, okay? And I wish astrology was fully accepted as a science, mainstream, so children would benefit from learning in the style that best suits them, okay? Now, I made a video a couple of years back called School Report Card Astrology Study, where I break down my oldest son's school report card by explaining the astrological side of things that shows exactly why my son behaves in the manner that he does in class. So check that video out, as it shows you firsthand why children need to learn in different styles, okay? Now, the education system needs to drastically change, okay, and in my opinion be astrologically aware and orientated. And this is for the betterment of humanity as a whole. For a starting point, the education system needs to be totally dismantled, rebuilt, okay, rather than teaching children how to be the perfect debt slaves is what really happens. Really, it needs to be astrologically orientated and teaching children how to be the best version of themselves, okay, in the long run. This is better for humanity as a whole, not just the individual. Okay folks, a huge thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell at the right hand side of the subscribe button. Till next time, take care.